Welcome, bounty hunters and Star Wars fans alike. It is your favorite Monday night show on a Tuesday night. All Fetts are off. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, a day late, but never a dollar short. It is I, the Tuscan Toast, in beautiful Miami, Florida, and with me as always is Brian, the charismatic Carillion in San Antonio, Texas. Brian, welcome back. We're a day late, but I think everybody's okay with that. I think so. Right? We'll see.
Yeah, you know, I've been a bit under the weather, but it took me a little bit to recover, but I'm back.
All right. You're back. You're fighting form. All right.
Ready for our All Fetts Are Off Monday?
Yes. So, and this one is going to be really good because we have tons to talk about. A lot of stuff has happened since our last show.
Yes.
You know what, man? I'm going to this light. Oh, there we go. That's much better. That light was making me look pale and COVID-like. So yes.
We don't want that.
Especially. Yes.
We don't want anything to do with that word right now.
No, definitely not. And this illuminates my beautiful
face. That's a bad word.
But hey, we're on. We had in the last week we had the Lego Star Wars holiday special kickoff on Disney Plus.
Debut today.
Yeah, debut today
on Life Day.
On Life Day.
They debuted it. They debuted it just as the previous one, which, by the way, is the only other Star Wars holiday special to have been done, and a lot of us have gone through great pains to try and
you are being overly
purge
dramatic
that out of our memory.
You are being so dramatic about this. You're being so dramatic about this. You really are.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw it. Yeah, man, it's comical. I mean, now it is. It's totally comical. I mean, look.
Trash.
Yeah, they tried to capitalize on the popularity of Star Wars back in the day. Like, hey, let's do something for television. Cool. Let's do the holidays. Blah blah blah.
The original one. We're not talking about this one, guys. We're talking about the original one.
So, yeah, the original one back in when did it didn't come out in 78, 79? I don't know.
Just prior to The Empire Strikes Back.
Right, yeah, it was before Empire Strikes Back, and so it was shown once, never shown again. And Brian has a hissy fit about it. Yeah, and so Brian has a hissy fit about it. Okay.
You think I'm the only one that's having a hissy fit about that? That travesty of film? You think it?
Well, look, if I was able to,
you get about The Last Jedi. You know the way that you get about The Last Jedi?
I was just about to mention that.
You and a whole lot of others. There is just as many that get just as verklempt over the original holiday special. It's something that, quite honestly, should just not have been done. Just plainly, just flat out. It shouldn't have been done.
But it was.
It was done. It was done, and unfortunately, there are still ways to get it if you're really wanting to get it.
But they were all there. All of the actors were there. Okay, so this is how I like to see the original holiday special. Or this is how I like to view it, right? Because it was done for television. And you know how the Muppet Show used to have, they would have like a guest or two, and then they would do spoofs, kind of like how Saturday Night Live does it now, except, now Saturday Night Live does it very lame. Well, the Muppet Show would do it, and then when you go back and you see, because there are no official channels to actually see the original Star Wars holiday special, you got to go on YouTube and view it through there or other ways. It looks like that.
Kind of like a pirate copy of it.
Yeah, but it looks like it was done like on an episode of The Muppets or Fraggle Rock or something. That's just kind of how I see it with the quality of the stages and everything like that. It was meant for television.
Well, that's definitely what they were shooting for. But the execution was just, I mean, if you look at an episode of The Muppet Show that featured, if you look at the one that featured Mark Hamill later on, that was done after The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that was executed well. Okay, the holiday special was just an unfortunate montage. I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
Okay, so you're saying that one episode of The Muppet Show was much better than something that had almost every single original character from Star Wars in, even though it was a holiday special, right?
Absolutely. I would take the Mark Hamill Muppet Show over the holiday special any
It's
day
the
of the week.
Muppet Show with
Any
our
day of
very
the week.
special guest star, Mr. Steve Martin.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
And copyright strike. So I'm only gonna play, no, I'm just gonna play a little bit of it because I'm sure YouTube is gonna they copyright strike everything. Even like seriously, we played a little bit of the trailer from not the holiday episode trailer. We played a trailer of something. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian. Yeah, we played
this for a trailer.
Yeah, they copyright
For a trailer?
For a trailer.
For a trailer.
For a trailer. We didn't even. And we commented.
Supposed to see the trailer?
Yeah, but we commented on it. We did it like a React video, like those lame React videos, and we still got a copyright.
Still got a hit?
Yes, it's a good thing we're not trying to take any money from these jerks. So I mean, yeah.
What's the whole point of it being a trailer?
I don't know.
It's a trailer.
We were giving color commentary.
You're wanting the trailer to get up. You're wanting the trailer to be seen. So I mean, we're not like playing the episode or anything. Oh my gosh.
No, but you know
trailer?
what? That's fine. Who cares? Whatever. We're not taking any money. This is totally for fun. Like seriously, this just kind of kills the monotony of my day. So
the whole point of a trailer is to promote. You're wanting to promote from the trailer. This is crazy.
Whatever. So what? Who cares? It's fine. So, anyways, I'm just being careful because, you know, I don't want lawyers coming and banging on my door and at the FBI, especially after they look through my search history.
We'll leave that. For the purposes of this being a
kid-friendly show, kid-friendly
podcast, we're going to leave those alone. Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
This is the Manson family broadcast.
Whoa.
Oh man, I am stupid.
That's dangerous.
All right, so cool. So we spent the last 10 minutes talking about garbage. Oh.
Garbage.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because we're talking about the original holiday special.
Original holiday special, yes, which everybody
that's garbage.
Right, which everybody hates.
Absolute garbage.
But
everybody does, including me.
Here's what
and
I want.
You should too.
Okay, fine. I'll do it to make you happy, but I want to announce something right out there to the All Fetts Are Off universe. I'm getting a PS5.
Did you announce something?
I got a PS5. Oh yeah, I got a PS5. I got lucky, man. I got super lucky. I got super lucky. So I got it shipped today, and it was supposed to get here Friday. I got a FedEx alert that it was coming on Friday, and then an hour later. Then it says it's changing to Monday. It's coming all the way from California. But dude, I got so incredibly lucky here, man. You have no idea. So, you know, there's all these bots that they have automated so that all these scalpers, just like what we talk about with Hasbro and all of their limited edition releases, how people just try to scoop these things up. This is what was happening on every single website during launch day for the PS5 and for the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. So, they were doing tiered releases on Walmart at noon, 3, 6, and 9 p.m. 9 p.m. was the last one. So I was sitting here, I was on my Zoom class, and class was about to be over. They were wrapping up. I was like, okay, it's 8:58. I'm going to try it. If not, who cares? Whatever. I'll just go on Twitter and bash Sony and Walmart because they suck. So I went on, I had it on my browser and I had it on my phone. I had everything ready to rock and roll. And as soon as 9 p.m. rolls around, I start hitting refresh and I put it in my cart. This was happening all day. I was putting it in my cart, and then when I would go to hit pay or whatever, sorry, this item is now out of stock. Within 60 seconds. So I got lucky, and it kept loading and loading and loading, and it says, thank you for your order, and I got a confirmation number, and I was like, I can't believe I got it, yeah! Freaking out, flipping, and I got it, and it's shipping. Now I just need an Xbox.
That was really close to your best Salacious Crumb impression. That was really close.
Oh, was it really? Like this one?
Yeah, that was really close.
Yeah, it's not as good as my Obi-Wan. Use the Force, Luke.
Hello there.
Use the Force, Luke. But I would much rather sound a lot more like this guy.
Works every time.
And pretty soon we're gonna do a full Lando Calrissian episode when I have time to write it and produce it and everything like that, which I don't have right now. But
We're seriously going through with that?
we are gonna go through with that.
Seriously going through with that?
Yeah, and I don't care what you say. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be
When
awesome.
have you cared what I say? You've never cared what I say.
I kind of care.
No.
I don't really
No.
listen, but I kind of care.
So while you're excited about your PS5, I have a question.
Oh yes, please do ask.
So what is your take on the fact that the games cannot boot from expandable memory?
Oh, you mean if you were to get like an additional hard drive and then have it boot from there? It has to boot from the internal one. It's not even
That's
a terabyte.
correct.
It's not even a terabyte. It's like 825 gigabytes.
Yep.
I think.
If they didn't even put a terror on it.
I don't even think they put a terabyte on there. Well,
Yep.
here's the thing. That doesn't bother me so much because I haven't even filled up my PS4, right, with a 500 gigabyte SSD that I threw in there, or the Xbox One X, right? Yeah, that.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, so I threw a 500 gigabyte solid state drive into the PS4, and I haven't even come close to filling that up to even like a quarter of the way. The only thing I really play on there right now is the Final Fantasy VII remake, maybe Call of Duty Advanced Poo Poo. What else do I play on? The Batman Arkham Knight and No, that's on Xbox. I play Devil May Cry 5. Metal Gear.
Just make the confession right now.
What's that?
Just make the confession right now. When you're playing Arkham Knight, you look at the camera and you go, "I'm Batman."
I am Batman. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Good. Well, I think that's exciting.
It is, and I'm gonna, and I'm not gonna do an unboxing, but this thing's supposed to be massive, like this big. My IKEA stuff can't even hold it. I have to get something else to hold it, and then all this old nostalgia that I had at my mom's in San Antonio when I went to go visit. Her and my sister were nice enough to pack it up and send it over to me. So I got all that nostalgia coming in. So I need more shelving to display in my adult home, But it's all like I had an N64 and the original PS1. And then I just a bunch of other stuff, mostly like video game soundtracks. But it's cool. I want to display it because, it's my childhood. And, now that I'm going to be 40 this year, it's kind of cool to look back in retrospect and see how much of a nerd I was and how much of a nerd I am today, just, with money and a job. So, but that's the cool thing about it. We get to, buy the things we want without having to ask permission. So, but yeah, man. So yeah, that was exciting for me. That was the highlight of 2020. For me, it was being able to get a PS5.
Will actually be, a lot more geared to what the systems can do. Hopefully.
Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe I'll
last two battle.
Maybe I'll do a stream of it. I don't know. I don't know how interested people are going to be of me doing that. But anyways. Okay, so let's see. So the Mandalorian season. Wait a minute. What are we going to? Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get into that, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do an update of our giveaway. Sorry.
Yep.
Giveaway.
I don't know where we're getting away to, but we do have a giveaway. I'm not getting away anywhere anytime soon, but we do have a giveaway, and it's.
Don't be too disappointed.
We have a target in mind of how many shares and likes that we wanted to get to start to raffle that off, and still not there. I checked it just yesterday. Did a check at the midpoint today, and minus 3 because we have 3 shares and likes that unfortunately they can't be part of the giveaway.
Right.
But
okay, so what's our closest? What's our closest?
Our How do you mean our closest? What do you mean?
What's because the criteria was 50 shares.
50. 50. Yeah.
How close are we? How close is the closest person to 50 without mentioning names?
Well, it's not we're not necessarily, looking for one person to share 50 times or one person sharing 50 times, and that's not really what we're looking for. We're just looking for the total. But
I don't even know how we're doing this
that
whole
we
giveaway.
have right now is the total amount that we have is just as about a dozen. So
Okay, gotcha. Well, you know what? I tell you what. Let's do a cutoff here. Let's do a date cutoff, right? So let me see.
Okay.
What's today? Today is the 17th, right? We were
Today's
supposed to do
17th of
we were supposed to do a show on the 16th. Let's announce a winner on the 30th. On our show on the 30th, the last show of November. Let's announce a winner. All right? We'll look at
I
it.
think that's fair.
And we'll announce winner because we have several things to give away, and we'll announce the tiered winners there, and then we'll do that, and we'll also tell everybody how we pick the winners. We're going to be transparent here, okay? This is not politics, so we'll be we'll be transparent.
No,
we're not counting votes here, so we'll be transparent.
We're not gonna call you up and ask how it was you shared or
Yeah.
what. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
Right. So we'll do that, and then we'll announce the winner, and then we'll get in contact with you. We'll ask you where you want us to send it to, and we'll send it to you, and we'll give you what is it called, a tracking number and all that other stuff. So we'll do that. November 30th is going to be the cutoff. Share as much as you can. That's it.
Share away.
That's it. Just share away. Just do it.
If
Tell
you
your
want
family,
if you
tell
want a
your
shot
friends.
at it, if you want a shot at it, the post is on there where you can read the rules and you'll have a shot at it.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're discussing the update, it's a great item. It's an item that was put together by Brianna and her folks at Bad Customs.
And the Baby Yoda. And that Baby Yoda is being given away too.
Not in the same giveaway. That's going to be a different one.
That's going to be a different one, but we're going to give that one away too. So
here,
we got to get through this one first. We got to get through the mug first.
The child.
Baby,
the child.
Just stop, man. Really?
The
Come
child.
on. It's Baby Yoda, dude. Seriously.
It's the name of the character is the child.
It's
We're a
Baby
show that's about Star Wars. I don't want to.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. It's Baby Yoda. Brian, I want you to know that it's Baby Yoda. And everybody's going to know it as Baby Yoda. Okay? If I have to do it, because I have to do an ASMR. I have to do an ASMR video about this. Because everybody wants to know that it's Baby Yoda. Okay. We're going to go with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure that all the listeners out there could hear it?
Yeah. Quit being an asset about this.
Okay, I'm done being
right, guys.
I'm done being ridiculous.
Please, share if you need clarification on how to go about this. Reach out to us. Make a post on the page, and we'll help you out.
Repost it. Just repost the stuff again, so it comes up on top of our All Fetts Are Off, and I'll post it on my Facebook because I have literally dozens of friends. So
Dozens
in the dozens.
Just the way. Just how we have millions of listeners, right?
Millions of listeners
Around the world.
Great
Globally.
listeners. Great
Awesome.
great listeners, awesome listeners, the best listeners. Millions and millions and millions of listeners. Okay, sorry. I'm going to stop. until 20th of January. When
That being said, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the coup de grace for this episode.
Okay, gotcha.
Shall we?
Sure. Well, what are we going to talk about first? The holiday special, or do you want to? Oh no, let's go into Mandalorian. Let's just go right into it, man.
Yeah, let's just get into it.
Let's break it down, man.
Mandalorian season chapter 11, The Heiress.
Yes.
Which the title was very appropriate, like immensely appropriate. So, okay. And I've already forgotten who directed it. My wife my loving wife was just mentioning who directed it yesterday. I've already forgotten.
Uh-huh.
Ron Howard's daughter directed it.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. She directed it.
She did an episode in season 1 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But this was just. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yes.
If you've been watching The Mandalorian, this episode is what all the patience from season 1 coming into now has paid off, because now we have the Mandalorian and the child arriving to
Baby Yoda.
Arriving to the planet that his passenger has directed him to, which is full of. It was so fun to see all the Mon Calamari when he arrived. That was just fun. Like,
yeah, it was very cool, and it had a little bit of a Pirates of the Caribbean feel, just because it was it was based like in a maritime environment. They were at a dock, and there was a bunch of dock hands and shipping vessels and stuff like that. So it was cool. I mean I thought that was really cool. I like how they are changing up the environments a lot to tell the narrative of this story. It's not just very cut and dry.
The dock, as he crash landed onto the planet, and the dock had to scoop him up out of the ocean, or the crane. Crane. And I don't know if you caught it, but that crane was a makeshift crane out of an Imperial Walker.
Oh, I did not catch that. That's super cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I was like, this is awesome. It's an Imperial Walker.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of remnants of the Empire, of it being like. Yes. I mean, it's very evident that the Empire is no longer. I mean, there are still small pockets of it, and maybe this is a little bit of foreshadowing of how the First Order is maybe rises from it. I mean this is again just speculation.
Very likely. I mean,
but that's what we do. We speculate.
Yeah.
Here,
you would think maybe by the time the Mandalorian, it's probably going to lead us into the first formations of the First Order. Maybe
I would hope so.
The baby steps of it.
Yeah, I would hope so.
But seeing that Imperial ship, that was the stormtroopers. I mean, this is a great episode for everyone that just loves Star Wars, because it's what Star Wars is all about, the blaster fights and
and
everything.
And what? Speaking,
it was all encompassed into one nice little package.
Right. Speaking of blaster fights, right? Something is mentioned that has been a running joke for the last 30 years of Star Wars and Imperial stormtroopers.
Yeah.
That they can't hit the side of a bantha. Wow. They actually brought it up. They actually recognized that. And which is
a great callback.
Yeah, it was a great callback, and it's true. I mean, it wouldn't be much of a movie if the main characters get killed off by these nobodies in white armor, well, plastic armor, which it sounds like every time they move around. But it's still, they can't hit anything. They can't until towards the end when Mando runs through and he has those charges and he throws them at them when they're being shot down by those, I don't know what it was, those heavy blasters, whatever they call them, but they were firing at a cyclic rate, and he just ran into him. And then they were hitting him, but even then his armor was deflecting it. But it was still pretty cool, the way that they did it. Anyways. I got a little ahead on that episode. So yeah, they did some really cool stuff there. We saw a character, and this was from Rebels, Clone Wars. Sorry, Clone Wars.
Let's really get into the meat of this now. Before we can even get into the battle, the confrontation that takes place on the cruiser. Let's get into what the big reveal was, and the reveal. We finally found out that the hooded character from the trailer, Sasha Banks. We find out that she is part of, and we finally get to see Katie Sackhoff take the role of Bo-Katan as what was rumored to take place back in the summer. We discussed some of those rumors on our show.
We did, yeah.
So now we see that Sasha Banks from the WWE is part of that. It's just that not only did Katie Sackhoff that's key. Not only was she a part of the voiceover, but now, I mean, she was the spitting image of her. Just it was perfect.
Yeah.
And that the fact that she was the voice before, and that you see her take the look on perfectly, it totally brought that character to life. I was all on board the second she came on screen, and it all just ties up so nicely because you already saw that Din Djarin was rescued by a faction of Death Watch already.
Right.
So Death Watch consisted of 2 clans, possibly 3, which were Clan Vizsla, Clan Kreese, and one other. But to see that Death Watch is still a thing, it still factors in, and Death Watch is finding its way back to Din Djarin. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. And knowing that it's leading to Ahsoka Tano, which we found out later when they're at the bar, and he lets them know that he's seeking a Jedi, and he's discussing where she knows one. I mean, you know it's going to be Ahsoka, and I think we got some comments coming in.
Yeah, it's my sister. She just said what's up. She just said she's watching finally. It's nice to have some family support after what we've been doing this for a year.
Well, she's coming in at the right time because I know that she follows The Mandalorian every Friday.
Oh, she's a huge Baby Yoda fan. Huge.
But,
I mean, she's all over it. Yeah, see, look, Baby Yoda. She's all over it.
But knowing that this is coming to Ahsoka, and knowing that, I mean, with as much time as Bo-Katan and Ahsoka spent in the Clone Wars together, as many battles as they fought together, I mean, the relationship that was formed between them was it was a huge part of that series and Rebels as well. So this is all coming. It's just all starting to just come together so nicely. And
but before you go any further, there's something I got to bring up. I mean, I got to bring it up. So, Bo-Katan, right, at this point, now from the time that we last saw her in Clone Wars, right, up to this point.
Rebels, actually.
Or Rebels, I'm sorry.
Rebels, and then there was the final season of Clone Wars that was just on. Yes, that's right.
Okay, so the last time we actually saw, not chronologically, but the last time we actually had seen her was
Clone Wars season 7, the final season. Yeah.
Right. So it's been about what 25 years since then, right? So she's probably in her 50s.
The timeline. You might be right. Yeah, maybe.
All right. So she's in her 50s. Right.
Well, hold on. I'm not sure if 25 years is exactly right because no, I don't. Well, let's see. There's 18 years between episode 4 and 3, right? At least. Because of Luke and Leia.
Right.
18 for sure.
Right. So okay, so let's say 18 years. Okay. How old do we think Bo-Katan was at the end of Clone Wars?
Clone Wars?
Yeah. How old do we think that she was?
She might have been in her 20s.
Okay, so she's probably at least maybe 40, maybe 45, 48, maybe, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, cool. So she looks pretty good for someone that's 48.
Well, look at Salma Hayek.
I do.
Okay, I'm sure
Yeah.
you do. She's what, 52, 50, you know?
52. Yes, Miss Selma Hayek.
Okay,
is
well
52.
there you go.
Right. So that brings Bo-Katan into MILF status. It does, man. It does. It does.
Okay, so anyway, oh, it wouldn't be an episode of All Fetts Are Off if the Tuscan didn't bring up, yeah, okay. So
Something mildly inappropriate, but that's okay.
I was gonna try and find an acronym that would fit for in Star Wars language, but
Mhm.
I don't have, because I have to
All right.
keep pressing on with the topic.
We'll just
But,
say hots for mom. That's what we'll say.
jeez. I can
All
only
right.
quote Charlie Brown in this instance. That's all I can do. I can only quote Peanuts. So you've got that confrontation with her, and honestly,
Mhm.
I thought that whole setup. This is the first time we've seen Gideon since Grand Moff Gideon, and heard from Grand Moff Gideon since the season finale of season 1 of Mandalorian.
Right.
This is the first time Gideon's popped back up.
And this guy,
And
hold on.
it's-
The character. I'm sorry. The actor is the same dude. Wasn't he from Breaking Bad? He's the same dude, right?
I don't know.
Okay, because I
don't know because I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I've seen some of it, but I think he was one of the. I think he was one of the main characters. I could be wrong. I'll take a look and we'll see how bad I am with this stuff. But anyways, carry on.
Well, it's just interesting. It's great to see that the ruthlessness of the Empire has not gone away.
Gus Fring, yes. Sorry.
It was awesome, looking at that lieutenant, whatever, the guy in charge of the freighter with the 2 Imperial pilots in front of him, as he's letting him know, hey, we need you. There he is. Yeah, you found him.
Yeah, Juan Carlo Esposito. Okay, that's him. All right, cool. It was the same guy.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an awesome callback to the ruthlessness of the Empire as to how he's like, hey, we need you to send a group of troops out here to bail us out, and he looks at him and he's like, how much of the ship has been taken? All of it. You know what that means.
Yeah, go down with the ship.
You're going down with the ship, buddy.
Yeah.
That was just great. That was like, you want me to do what? We don't. Are you not aware that you're a member of the Empire still? We don't bail anyone out of the Empire. You fail, you die. That's pretty much how it works out.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't you remember the Vader days? Don't you remember the Vader days? What would happen?
Long live the Empire. Long live the Empire. Blah blah blah.
Oh, that was a great. Yep.
Yeah.
That pretty much said it all right there. But equally as good.
Yeah.
Equally as good was when Bo-Katan went up to him and told him, I know he has it. And she tells him, where is it? I mean, she immediately, she's talking about the Darksaber. And one of our topics, we're going to elaborate on this a little bit. But if people don't remember, Moff Gideon, at the end of season 1, exited his TIE fighter by cutting through it with the Darksaber.
Yeah, and then he does he does a superhero pose by getting on top of it, and he looks like with his cape, flying in the wind.
And Bo-Katan mentions it to Din Djarin, and she lets him know. I mean, we hear them touch on a lot of things about Mandalore that was discussed in both Rebels and the Clone Wars. They're kind of touching on things, and I guess for the folks that haven't seen that, but she's letting everyone know that it's a key piece in ordering to take back the planet. She wants her family crest and her family name to rule the planet again.
Right. Yes.
And she knows that she has to have it.
Right.
So for that, because anyone that's ruled Mandalore has not done so without it. So that even includes Duchess Satine. So that you also find out, and it's so you almost feel bad for Din Djarin to one respect, and that Din Djarin's discovering that there's not a whole lot of Mandalorians like him or the group that he was with.
Yeah,
he's discovering that there's very few of them left
because
that
that's
actually follow the code.
it's okay. So yeah, so this
And
this is what I learned about
when
this.
when he encounters Cobb Vanth, and he removes the helmet, you just see his dejected emotion, just kind of like ugh. And then he meets Bo-Katan, and he starts getting excited for a second. Then Bo-Katan takes off his helmet, and he's like, "Really?"
Yeah, well,
You
because
almost feel bad for him.
Yeah, because he is part of a fundamentalist faction of Mandalorian, and they mention it. They bring it up, and this is true. This is what he is. I mean, at the very heart of everything, yes, they're all from Mandalore, but his code, his religion, his following is the fundamentalist code, right? Of the Mandalorian, right? And then you learn about that because it's very rigid. They have a very strict code. Don't take off your helmet. This is the way. Blah blah blah. And this is awesome. We got some spam coming into our feed. Want to become famous? Buy followers, Prime, and viewers, and it's not even all in normal English characters.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah, that's great.
You know you made it when spam comes through. That's when you know you made it.
Yeah, that's we're super famous now. I mean, super.
That's when you're established, when you get spam.
Exactly.
Because they figure this is where we'll be seen. This is where we'll get our stuff out. So we must be doing something right.
Right. So I can have some bot take over my PC and then rule this stream for all eternity. Yay! Great. We're really super awesome and famous when we get botted. All right. But yeah, that's because I get the whole part of Star Wars and the pieces that interest me are the politics or the perception of politics in it. So this ideology of the fundamentalist Mandalorian is now another thing that we're probably going to learn and discover as to why the Mandalorian culture kind of split to fundamentalist, to more progressive, and I mean who knows? We'll see. But it's great because it just opened up a lot of possibilities, and you know how excited I get about stuff like that.
Then of course you have the big bomb. I mean, she asks him to join them. Yeah. But he lets her know that he reminds her of his quest.
He's been quested.
And that he's dedicated. He's dedicated to finding a Jedi. So when he tells her this, of course she gives the big reveal that she lets him know where he can find and who, and he gives him the name Ahsoka Tano. So we know we're going to be seeing now, without a shadow of a doubt, Rosaria Dawson, which was talked about all summer. Again, just like Katie Sackhoff was. Everything that we talked about the character Cobb Vanth coming in. We talked about Tamura Morrison reprising Boba Fett over the summer. We talked about Rosaria Dawson. We talked about Katie Sackhoff. All these things are coming into play now. But I mean, it's still exciting to hear it. And she lets him know that she can be found on planet Corvus, and that's where he needs to go. So I think no later than Chapter 5, which incidentally sources have reported that Dave Filoni has written a single episode for this season, and that episode would be Chapter 13 or the 5th episode in this season. So it would make sense that would be the episode that Ahsoka pops up, being that Filoni's creation of Ahsoka gives him he's had an emotional tie to Ahsoka since he brought her in. He introduced the T-shirts that said Ahsoka lives and all that stuff. So if that does indeed turn out to come to fruition, that is the single episode that he's written, I would expect Chapter 12 to kind of be. I hate calling them filler sodes, but I mean, I would expect something probably that's going to focus on Cara Dune and Carl Weathers' character, because we haven't seen them yet in this season. Right. And we're probably going to find out where they are, what they've been up to, and what it is they're working towards to work their way back to Din Djarin to help them out. That's probably going to be the bulk of Chapter 12, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
And then
there's
chapter 13,
Brian.
we see
There's
everything convene.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, there's just tons going on with this show right now. So many characters being introduced and so many things happening. And when does it all come together? I mean, probably towards the end. But now there's just more to talk about. Here's the interesting part. So Mando is looking for Jedi, right, to take the child to. Your baby Yoda, right? So Ahsoka is no Jedi, and she made it very clear, right? She has made it very clear when she had her confrontation with Vader, right, in Rebels, right, that she is no Jedi.
Yeah.
All right, she's made it very clear. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is the episode, I think it's called something Twilight of the Apprentice. That's what it is. Where Ahsoka
When she faces Vader.
Yeah, where Ahsoka and Darth Vader have a confrontation, and it's a great episode. That fight scene is fantastic. It's just it's very well done for a CG animated show. And she made it very clear when Vader tells her, right, that it's revenge is not the Jedi way, and then she made it very clear, I am no Jedi. We know this. So, right, and Filoni knows this, right, and everybody in the Mandalorian universe that is writing and making this show happen know this. So, is Ahsoka Tano the only remnant of the Jedi that we see? Because at this point in time, who is still very much alive?
Well, that's what
Luke Skywalker.
I don't think well, not only him. Nope, there's one other one you're missing.
Leia.
And it's a big one. Nope.
Leia.
Nope. And it's a big one that you're missing. And it's again, it's got a tie to Filoni, which is why I think it could happen.
Okay.
So I have strong inclinations that we're going to see Ezra Bridger in The Mandalorian somehow.
Ah, cool. Who's that?
Okay. So you've seen Rebels, you saw Twilight of the Apprentice, and you had no clue who Ezra Bridger was.
That's a lot of stuff to watch, Brian.
You watched Twilight of the Apprentice.
Because it was Vader. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't see the kid that Vader was talking to?
Oh, what's his name? I thought it was Ezra.
Bridger.
Oh, I didn't hear the Ezra part. You broke up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know he had a last name.
He's a Jedi. So
okay. So who knows?
He's a full-fledged Jedi. So the last we see of Ezra Bridger is he disappears with Grand Admiral Thrawn into some wormhole with whales, and that's the last we see of him. And Ahsoka and Sabine Wren go off looking for him. Mm-hmm. So, which is why I also think we could see Sabine in this. When Din Djarin catches up to Ahsoka, it begs the question: will he see Sabine with her? And then are they going to tell him about looking for Ezra? Mm-hmm. And then Kyle possibly be helpful in this endeavor? I mean, man, this is just it's huge.
It is huge. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to speculate, and it gives us material to talk about, which is great. Because
we've only got 9 minutes, so I'm going to throw one
really?
more. I'm going to flip another one at. Yeah, we're down to just 9 minutes left.
Wow.
But
okay.
I'm gonna flip another one at you.
Okay.
This whole thing with the dark saber is so much more. Is so much larger into this than one thinks, and I really got to thinking, especially with Bo-Katan. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, we saw she was pretty pissed off when she had a hold of that Imperial officer, right? She's trying to get him to tell her where Gideon is.
Yeah, and then he took the Star Wars equivalent of a cyanide pill. So yeah.
So for those that have seen Clone Wars and Rebels, those folks will recall that Sabine Wren had the Darksaber to Bo-Katan's mother. And that's the last person who had the Darksaber. Mm-hmm. Now we've got Bo-Katan telling Din Djarin in this recent episode that she's the last of Clan Kreese. So that tells me that seeing how Gideon has it now, he had to have encountered Bo-Katan's mother. and took it from her. And with Bo-Katan being the last of Clan Kreese, sounds like it didn't go too well for her mother in that encounter. Probably not around anymore. So not only does she want the dark saber for obvious reasons, but she's got a bone to pick with Grand Moff Gideon for possibly executing her mother.
I did not even think about that because
so she's
I
not only on a mission to get the saber, she's on a mission of retribution.
Yes.
Huge. Can't even begin to understate. I mean, given the creative, and I'm sure you've heard of them, but given the creative squabbles that have been taking place between Pedro Pascal, Kevin Feige, and Dave Filoni, because they've been public, that the three of them have not exactly met eye to eye lately as where they want this character to go.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a nice little plot package to shift away from Din Djarin.
Yeah, you do.
You can hand the child off
Mm-hmm.
to Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren, and they take the show name of the Mandalorian
Mm-hmm.
and keep it going because they're Mandalorian.
Yeah,
They may not be the code of Mandalorian, but they wear the armor. They're from the planet. I mean, if you needed to do this, if things don't work out with Pascal, it could go this way, real easy. Mm-hmm. Especially with Bo-Katan trying to find Gideon and give him her 2 cents. This can all work out.
Yeah, I can. You can take the show a million different places now with the introduction of these characters. Yeah, you can go.
Especially if you bring Ezra Bridger in. I mean, forget it. If Ezra Bridger comes into play, just forget about it. You can go a million different ways.
And that may be something that they bring in season 3. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the big plans are. But here is what's really good, and we need to consider this and think about this. Right? What COVID has done is it has forced these media companies to utilize their streaming services and have them as their main delivery source of content. Okay, there's rumors that the Black Widow will just eventually go to Disney Plus. That Wonder Woman.
I can't see a way around it.
And that even with Wonder Woman.
You know the big catalyst for that. You know the big catalyst for
what?
Black Widow going to Disney Plus.
What?
So do you recall sometime back that we discussed whether or not Premier Access was going to work out for Disney Plus or not with Milan?
Oh, the $30 thing, yeah, which it didn't.
We felt that was going to bomb, right?
It did. It did because they caved.
It didn't.
No, they caved.
No,
they caved.
What do you mean they caved?
They caved because it's going to be available.
No.
1 December.
The December thing.
Yeah.
No. The December thing was planned before they even put it on Premier Access.
I think it bombed.
That was planned.
I think it bombed.
No. I looked up the numbers.
Well,
I looked up the numbers.
Well, I'll look up numbers through my business channels, not through your.
I can give them to you.
Ain't It Cool News
right now.
Give it to me now. Fake
no,
news.
No, it's not through Ain't It Cool News. This is from Forbes.
Okay, so what is it?
Trust
Fake
Forbes?
Yeah, what is? Not really, but anyways, go ahead. Fake news. What is it?
You don't trust Forbes? How can I?
Not really.
I
don't know. Whatever. I believe you. Right? Okay, fine. But this was
at least let me shoot the numbers out. You're not gonna let me shoot the numbers out? I gotta at least shoot the numbers.
Yeah, shoot the numbers out. What did it earn?
All right, so they had a 68% spike in subscriptions. They were up 68% in subscriptions immediately when it hit. Then on that opening Friday to Sunday, they had $30+ million of those of that come through, just from the subscriptions and the $30 buy-in alone. So it did extremely well, which is why they're going to put Black Widow on Premier Access.
Hold on. The budget was $200 million for that movie. Okay.
Oh, I mean, of course it doesn't make budget for what they had to.
It made $69.9 million worldwide. It bombed. It bombed.
From a
bro.
theatrical.
It bombed.
Tuscan, from a theatrical standpoint, yes, but from a streaming standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
you think Netflix would want $70 million?
No.
Okay, yeah, right. Come on.
Hold on.
Come on. Netflix and Hulu would take $70 million any day of the week.
Uh-huh. And hold on.
Especially $30 million being on one weekend.
23.2 million of that was from China alone. I don't think it did so well here in the US. Nope. It did not.
How can you go by national numbers only when you look at something? You can't.
You have to.
You have to look at
to.
No.
Who cares domestically? You want worldwide.
Yes, worldwide.
That's what I'm looking at worldwide. It made $69.9 million worldwide. 23.2 of it was from China. So I don't think it did so well here in the U.S. The film's Disney Plus digital release resulted in pirated copies online. That's great.
Come on, man.
Oh man, I don't.
You can't argue it though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna. I am not gonna pay 20. I mean, and I'm a fan of the Marvel universe. I'm not gonna pay $29.99 just to watch Black Widow. I am not.
No,
on top of my Disney Plus subscription.
Neither would I. Neither would I.
That.
But what I'm saying is they had the success with Mulan to do another premiere access with Black Widow.
That to me that does not equate success. That does not.
From streaming, it's absolutely
It does not.
You got to be because
it don't.
The reason you're thinking that way is because you're equating it to a theater. That's your issue.
No, there's no issue because look, you are trying to.
That's a huge issue.
You're trying to recoup your losses. That's what you're doing. Okay,
let's
charge $29.99 for this garbage movie, right?
No. You're not trying to recoup any losses because you're not.
You don't even have Eddie. You don't even have Eddie Murphy. You don't even have the dragon. You don't have any music.
Oh,
no.
The stupid Mushu thing! I swear.
Yeah, man.
People got to let that go.
No.
Look, let's get down to brass tacks. You're not looking to recoup losses because you're not going to recoup them. It's too big.
Then what are you?
What you are looking to do. What you are looking to do.
What are you looking to do then? Well, I don't see the point. But I want to see. I want to see what you think.
You're looking to bring in what you can, and you're looking to increase your subscriptions on Disney Plus, which was handfully done.
Okay,
68% increase in subscriptions.
Cool. So it worked.
Speaks for itself.
Great. So it worked once. So you think? So are you saying that this is a one-shot deal? Okay, we want to increase not only our subscriptions, but we want to try out this $29.99. I don't care about the subscriptions. I'm not worried about that. No, I know they.
Trust me, they're worried about it.
I know, but that's not the concern because the content in Disney Plus right now, Mandalorian season 2, should have been enough to increase their viewership by at least 15%, which is big to what it already had. Right? That alone should have done that. I'm saying that trying to charge $29.99 for a movie that you already made for the sole purpose of recouping your losses. That's all it was for. It is. That's all it was for. You spent $200 million on this movie. That most likely would have bombed in the theaters. I'm thinking it would have bombed in the theaters. Because it was, one, it had very bad reviews, right? It was poorly received in China. Okay? Now you're asking people to pay $30 for a movie that they don't even own themselves if they lose their subscription to Disney Plus. How is that a good deal for anybody? I don't see that. Maybe people are desperate, right? Maybe they need some sort of entertainment on top of all the other content that's out there. I don't see that $29.99 Premier Access being a thing that they continue to do. If they just say, hey, you know what? Well, we're gonna release Black Widow on Disney Plus. Cool. You're going to get more subscriptions for that because it's new. The same thing for WandaVision that comes out next year in January. You're going to get more subscriptions because people are interested not only in just Star Wars, but they're interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And now you're adding a blockbuster movie to the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney Plus. You don't need to do the $29.99 because all you're doing is you're starting to alienate your customers. Like, wow, you want me to pay $30 on top of the subscription that I'm paying for now? Yeah, dude, no.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm not saying that I would pay $29.99 either, but obviously a whole lot of people did worldwide. 68% increase in subscriptions, $70 million. That's not peanuts. It's not 200 million of what it took to make it. But again, your issue is you're thinking that a streaming service can recoup what it did for a theatrical release, which is impossible.
That they tried.
But if you go and tell Hulu, or if you go and tell Netflix, or if you go and tell YouTube TV that they could have come up with a movie that made them $70 million of subscriptions, they'd have been tripping over themselves in line to get there. So are they going to do Black Widow on a Premier Access? Yes, because Mulan worked.
I don't think it did. Those numbers don't tell me that it worked. Those numbers don't tell me that it worked. Now, if they only spent $70 million making it, or if they only spent $80 million, then yeah, I think it worked.
You're thinking from a theatrical release. You can't do that.
Yes,
you can't do that here.
Yes, you can.
No.
Okay, so you're asking me. Okay, so you're asking me to mix two different things, right? That are compatible in a way, right? A theatrical big blockbuster movie for $200 million to go and be released solely on streaming, right? Where everyone has subscriptions and they're not paying those exorbitant ticket fees that you would pay to, like, you know, when you go to see an IMAX movie or to an AMC theaters or to Regal cinemas, right? So you're saying that I can't look at it that way. If you're releasing it on Disney Plus, that I can't use Disney Plus numbers. I can't use that algorithm to come up with the numbers for how well a movie does. You're saying I can't do that?
You're not going to be able to achieve box office numbers. You're not going to be able to do it.
Exactly. So why charge $29.99 for this crap? That's what I'm asking.
Well, no. Again, I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they generated more than what they needed to go ahead with it on Black Widow is what I'm saying.
Okay, fine, but I don't think that they're going to do the $29.99 again.
Oh, absolutely they are.
No, I don't think they I don't think they will. I think that you can get more regular subscribers paying the normal regular price by saying, "Hey, we're going to release it. We're going to release it." Oh, cool. Let me get a Disney Plus subscription. But I already have it.
Tuscan willing to put on this?
Huh?
What is the Tuscan willing to put on the line to see if they're right?
I'm not willing to put anything on the line. This is just what I'm saying. I only make bets on stuff that I know I can win. I don't know I can win this, right? I think Disney is stupid enough to do it. No, because I think they are stupid enough to do it. I think they're dumb as hell enough to do it. I think they are.
I think that if they put Black Widow in Premier Access, I think you have to do another Chicken Nugget challenge.
Oh, dude, don't make me do that again, man. I think about that and I mean, as delicious as they are and how good it was, it wrecked my stomach and it changed my lifestyle, Brian. Doing the Chicken Nugget challenge made me reevaluate everything that I put into my body. Okay. I found religion after that. It may not be the traditional religion, but I found a religion after that. So I'm not going to do that again.
Well, our little Mulan rant took us well over on time. Our Mulan rant, but I do want people to know that Disney did put out another holiday special. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. Yeah, and it is available on Disney Plus right now. You guys got to watch it. I watched it. It was really great. It really, if you're a fan of Star Wars, you're going to see everything. You're going to see every character you've ever loved. You're going to see, if you love the humor from Lego, you're going to see it. They came up. Not only was it a holiday special, but they came up with a great original story that was perfect for this. So it's got a terrific story. It's a 40-minute long special. It's just awesome, man. It was well done by Disney and Lego together. It's just great stuff.
I was trying to see something. Oh yeah. Okay.
If you like Vader, you're gonna see Vader. If you like Stormtroopers, you're gonna see him. If you like Clone Troopers, you're gonna see him. If you like all the intangibles of stormtroopers and clone troopers. You're going to see it. If you like Yoda, you're going to see him. If you love the child, you're going to see him. If you love Wookiees, you're going to see them. You're going to see Ewoks. You're going to see the whole deal.
Now,
Fortunately, you don't get to see the impersonation of Wookiees. You get to see actual Wookiees.
Now, are we going to see this guy?
Works every time.
Really?
Indeed, you
Really?
are.
Ah! Yeah!
Yes.
Oh, boy. Lando.
Indeed, you are.
Well, I'm going to try to check it out tonight. I was going to try to watch it before the show, but I just didn't have time. I'll try to check it out tonight, and maybe I will. I got really not a whole lot to do tonight, so yeah, I'll check it out. Anyways, man, yeah, we went a little over time, but we started a little bit late too, so I think we're cool. But so next week we'll have another episode of The Mandalorian to talk about. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in depth into the storyline. Maybe we'll see a little bit more about the Darksaber. We don't know where they're going to go with it, but
We don't know what we're going to get next week. I mean, my guess is it's going to be a filler sode. That's my guess, so that they can keep us waiting for the big fifth one, which would be the fifth one would be the halfway point between them. So
Yep. Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, we'll see. But this is kind of what's good, and this is the good thing about this last episode that we had. It opened it up for multiple storylines, and we can get anything, you know. So, well, we'll see. So again, hey, we didn't really mention it too much, but I want to remind everybody about Bad Customs, our sponsor,
yes,
Brianna and her
I was just
team.
going to say that.
Please check her out. She made our tumbler for our
giveaway
giveaway.
cup.
Our giveaway cup. Yeah, she's been doing some amazing things. The holidays are coming up, so definitely get your orders in now with her. I know she's going to be really busy, so if you want to get something for the holidays, something special for that someone that always buys things for themselves and never really needs anything for Christmas, like yours truly, definitely check out her stuff.
Yep.
Again, Brian, repost the terms of the giveaway, so that way
We'll get it reposted tonight.
Yeah, so it can just stay fresh in everybody's mind. November 30th, we're going to announce a winner 1 month after the premiere of the first episode of season 2. So I think that's a good enough amount of time. And that's it, man. Anything else?
Nope.
All
I
right.
think we are good to go.
All right, everybody, stay COVID free. Take your vitamins. Say your prayers. That's what the Hulkster used to say in the 80s, remember? Take your vitamins, say your prayers, brother, and then rip off his shirt. So we're going to, yub nub out of here, right?
Yep, that's right. We're going to yub nub out of here.
Unless, hold on a second. Before we yub nub out of here, I want to make sure that I have the song up.
Oh, no.
Okay, I got it up.
That'd be the worst ever.
All right. Hey, cousin. We'll talk to you later. Be safe out there. And we'll see you next week. We're going to yub nub out of here.
All right, we're going to yub nub out of here.
Thanks for checking us out, folks. Bye.